What do you get when you cross a crappy hipster beer with one of the greatest sandwiches ever invented? A Pabst Blue Reuben, of course. So the Pabst Blue Reuben. This was something I found on them internets and had to try for myself just because it's so crazy. It's perfect. It's a beer battered Reuben sandwich, rye bread, sauerkraut, corned beef, which was left over from St. Patrick's Day, Swiss cheese, Russian dressing, which we're going to serve on the side. But the Pabst part is because we're beer battering it. We're deep frying it. It's delicious. It's amazing. That's what we're doing now, so let's get it done. So we're going to start off by slicing our corned beef, which has been chilled thoroughly. Come on, we're reusing leftovers, so it's going to be cold. Plus, it's easier to slice thinly when it's cold. So slice it up as thinly as you can get it. Thin is good. Just make sure you don't cut your fingertips off because those are important and you need them. Now that last chunk, that's yours, big boy. You eat that and you enjoy it. All right, put that off to the side, and we're going to make up our beer batter. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, followed by about a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and about a half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Remember, freshly ground for maximum flavor. That's important, it really is. We're going to take a whisk, and we're going to whisk it for the biscuit. Get that all mixed up, everything dispersed evenly. And now we're going to add in our beer. We're going to go with 16 ounces of beer. You can use whatever beer you like, but this is the Pabst Blue Reuben, so I'm using Pabst Blue Ribbon. Now, you may need to add a little bit more flour once you get all the beer in there, just to thicken it up. Go a tablespoon at a time. Don't add too much. And you want the consistency of pancake batter. Very important to be a little on the thicker side because you want it to stick. Just like that. It's got to stick to the surface. It'll fluff up and puff up as you fry it. So now let's build our sandwich now that our batter is together. Rye bread. Use whatever kind of rye bread you like. I don't like seeds, and the only kind of rye bread my bakery had is the marble rye, which is delicious. Marble rye, by the way, is just pumpernickel and regular rye rolled up together. So don't be afraid of the marble rye. You can use pumpernickel, whatever you want. So we're going to put on a layer of our corned beef, just like that. Now I'm going to add sauerkraut, which I've heated up in a separate pan. You don't want to put ice cold sauerkraut on there, otherwise the outside of the sandwich is hot, the inside doesn't fully melt. You need a little heat in there to start out with. Now we're going to hit it with some baby Swiss cheese. You can use regular Swiss cheese, I just happen to have baby Swiss. Now we're going to give this a cut because it's kind of too big to fry all in one shot. So that shape of bread, it's hard to really cut on triangles, but we do the best we can, you know. Give it a slice right down the middle. Take a gander at that cross section as I separate, which you could barely see, but it looks delicious. Now this is important. Toothpicks. This is what's going to hold the sandwich together. You don't do this, when you put your sandwich in the fryer, it's just going to fall apart. But remember how many you put in, and remember to take them out before you eat. I like to use 3, one kind of at each corner, in at an angle, which holds the sandwich together nicely. Again, you gotta remember to remove these before you serve them. Can't stress that enough. All right, we got our oil. We want that heated up to 375 degrees. We're gonna give our sandwich a toss in the batter. Make sure it's fully coated and then drop it into the oil. Now this is only gonna take maybe 5 minutes to cook. Doesn't take long. Remember, we're not necessarily cooking the sandwich. Everything's cooked in it. We're just melting that cheese and getting a nice golden brown delicious on the outside. So give it a flippity flip once it's starting to look a little golden. Nice. And that's it. Let it rip until it's done, until it's reached a nice golden brown color. You can flip it over again if you'd like. The light kind of washed out the golden brownness, but that's all right. So we'll scoop those out, we'll pop them onto a wire rack so they can drain off for a moment. Just like that. Those are the extra crunchies that were floating around that pot, and they are delicious on their own. Now, see, remember, toothpicks, remove them. And if you put them in at an angle and you do it right, kind of give it a little twist as you pull, you won't make too much of a hole. And we'll cut this in half so we can get a nice cross section of this sandwich. plate it up because it needs to be plated and pretty. Just like that. Now, Russian dressing is going to go on the side so we can dip it in. It's traditional. Russian dressing, not from Russia. It's from New Hampshire. Despite what's going on in the world in Russia, don't be afraid of it. That is beautiful. That is delicious. Oh Lord, let's stuff it in our faces. Now, who can argue with that? It's Reuben-y. It's deep fried. It's... Holy shit. That's good. That's real good. Whoa. So there you go. Beer battered, deep fried Reuben sandwich. Probably better than that deep fried Monte Cristo we made. I hate to admit it, but it is because sauerkraut wins out all the time. Anyway, if you love the Reuben sandwich, if you have any comments or commentary for it, drop that down in the comments. You want to see me make something? I take requests. Drop that down in the comments. You want to tell me I suck, I'm fat and ugly? Drop that down in the comments. Please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Hit that bell icon to get some notifications. Make sure you like this video. Very important. Share it if you can. I very much thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.